Welcome to another video of PBN Mastery, and what I want to talk about in this video is, should you block bots? So what we're referring to here is blocking bots from accessing your PBN sites, and there's a reason for that. Let me show you a quick diagram to kind of explain this point way easier. So a lot of people believe or really don't understand how this works. It's very simple actually. If you put a bot blocking script on your website, what you're doing is you're putting it on your PBN site, you're not putting it on your money site. And here's a basic explanation. This is a really easy way of saying it. Here's how Majestic and Ahrefs and all these other tools work. What happens is they visit a website. So their crawler goes out there and it visits a website, like your PBN site or any other website in the world for that matter, and it gets there via other links. So at the moment, you have links pointing to your PBN site. So it knows those URLs, it visits them, and it sees that there's a link now to your PBN site. So it visits it, and voila, it has your PBN site in its index now, and it knows sites that are linking to your PBN site. And when it visits your PBN site, it sees that it's got outbound link number 1, which is one of your money sites. It's got outbound link number 2, which is an authority site that you're linked to. It's got outbound link number 2 again, I put it, well, it's actually number 3, and that is another money site, for example. So because it visited your PBN site, it's seen those links. So because it visited your PBN site, it's seeing that it's linking to those 3 different sites. So now, when you go into Majestic or any other tool and you throw in outbound link number 1, which is your money site, it shows that it's got a link from your PBN site because they found your PBN site and it's seen that it's linking to outbound link number 1. Now, what if, and let me quickly grab something, and what if you cut this off? What happens if this did no longer exist? So Majestic never found this PBN site because they've seen the links pointing to it. So you have all these other sites here. You have website here, and this is linking to it, just a random website, and another random website here. Like, this is all your links that point to your PBN site. So they find your PBN site, but when they try and access it, they can't see any links. So these links here are gone, and I put the X here originally because you can totally block them from seeing what's on the website. So they can't go on the website and see it, so they can't see any of these links. But you can also just turn off the links so it's not visible for those bots. Or you can do numerous other things. But basically, these are all links here. So L, they're all pointing to this PBN site. So Majestic or any other tools, Ahrefs, any of them, can find your PBN site. But the only way they can find these sites is by following links through. So maybe you're going to have a Facebook profile set up, and that's going to link to your outbound link number 1, which is number 3, sorry, which is one of your money sites. And you have other links here pointing to this and stuff like that. Now, Majestic is going to find them if there's other links pointing to them that's within their index. So they can find these and this. So they're gonna know that when you look up this site in your tool, it's gonna show that it has this link and the Facebook link there because it can access these and can see the link is there. But when you look it up, it's not gonna show this because it doesn't know that's in the index, because when it tried to visit this website, the website was offline to Majestic, or the website was offline, the links were missing, sorry, when they tried to browse through the site or something like that. So they don't know that this page here, they don't know that the PBN site links to the money site. And this is basically how bot blocking works. You're blocking Majestic from seeing that the links are on this site right here. So when they can't see the links that are on it pointing to the money site, then like when you type in the money site to check it, they don't know the links are there. They can't show it because they don't know the links there. That's how this tool works, where it scrolls through the website, it looks for the links on it, and then that's how it knows what links are pointing to your website, because it crawls the websites that are linking to you and it sees the links there. You can't put in your money site and it magically just somehow knows what links point to it. That's not how it works. It works because it crawls the whole web basically, and it visits a site like this and it sees, oh, this one links to this site, and this site. So now when you enter any of these 3 sites into Majestic or Open Link Profile or Ahrefs or any tool like that, it can see that it has links from this PBN site now. That's basically how it works. It's a very basic understanding, but that's the basics of it. So when you disconnect it, so all this is disconnected, they can visit the site, but they have no idea it links out to these other sites, so it's completely under the radar. And that is really how you want to do it. So let me clear this and continue with the presentation. So the reason you want to do this is to stop your competitors very easily being able to see all of your PBN sites. If they know your money site URL, they can just throw it into Majestic or Ahrefs or any of those tools and instantly see your whole PBN network. And you probably don't want your competitors seeing exactly what your PBN sites are, so they can like send spam to them or report them or something like that. Or worse, they could like look at the other sites that are on it and steal all your niches and stuff like that. I'm just giving you some examples of what can happen and the reasons why you would want to block bots. So I want to add a little note here, and that is always a slight risk of Google impersonating bots. So when you do this, it's a very slight risk that Google is going to impersonate the bots and see that these bots can't access the PBN, but everyone else can. There's always a very, very slight risk in that, because when I visit their site, it's going to work perfectly, but when you block it, when a Majestic bot tries to visit it, they would not be able to access that site. So that's really how the blocking works from a front end point of view. But I'd say that risk is very negligible. So it's very, very unlikely that it's ever going to be an issue, because it's pretty natural to block bots. It's a natural thing that websites do to stop all the requests coming in. So when Majestic crawls your site, it visits every damn page on your site pretty rapidly as well. So it's pretty normal that people would block bots. Not everyone's going to do it, and it's not a high percentage, but people will do it. So I doubt they're going to use that as a way of finding PBN sites. So I wouldn't really worry about the risk. But if you're working with just clients, so you're just working with local clients and there's nothing really secretive about your PBNs, it doesn't really matter that much. Or you set them up like so well, like a local business or a Wayback Machine thing, that it doesn't even look like PBN, in which case it doesn't even matter if people find it, unless they're really smart SEOs and they know what to look for. But if you're working on like local client stuff and local ranks and stuff, it really doesn't matter. So you can just skip out blocking them altogether. But that's how blocking bots works, and that is why you should be doing it. And as for how to actually do it, well, there's two ways you can do it. There's HD access, which is a very, very easy way. I'll put a link below this of how to edit HD access, and I'll insert some code for you, so you can literally go out there and copy and paste it straight into HD access, and this will instantly block it. The cool thing about HD access is that Google cannot see your HD access document. If you block it by robots.txt file, Google and the whole world can see that. If you block it by HD access, nobody can see that. It's server side, so it's completely hidden from Google, unless they were to impersonate the bots and try it themselves, which, like we mentioned earlier, is pretty unlikely that they actually do. And the second and final way of doing this that I recommend is WordPress plugins. There's numerous plugins that do this automatically. You just install the plugin and it's done. And if it's a good plugin, you're gonna hide all the footprints, so you have no idea that it's that particular plugin. So you can install it on like 50 different sites without any issues. Now, I recommend mixing up the plugins anyway, so it's not the same plugin every single time, but it shouldn't be a big risk if they do it correctly. They should be able to hide the footprint completely. I also have my own bot blocking plugin as well. I'm going to name a few, including my own, and link them all up below so you can go and install them on your PBN sites. But I do recommend you doing this unless you're going for really low competition, local stuff where it doesn't really matter that much, like we covered before. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.